I'm Adam Calaway. I'm at Cattle Chat Corner at NCBA 2014. I'm here with Jerry Yates. Jerry, you work at West Virginia University. Tell me what you do there for the university.
I run a 996-acre research station. We have a cattle herd, a sheep flock. We raise turkeys, and we have an aquaculture facility where we raise trout.
Tell me a little bit about some of the research that you're doing there in livestock and its impact, hopeful impact that it'll have on the consumer at the end.
A lot of our work at the research center is very applied. We're a long way from campus, and so the work we do is what we call applied research, and that's the kind of work that we take to the field right away. And one of the tenets of our research center is if the work we do can't go to the field and help our producers be more efficient today, we want it to be in the field tomorrow working and helping them become better producers. And so that's a lot of our research base. Our cow herd, we work on feed efficiency work with them, as well as 2 bull tests every year where we test about 350 bulls. And we do total performance testing, and a component of that is measuring feed efficiency.
Well, what is feed efficiency if you met someone on the street and they didn't know what feed efficiency was?
Sure. So we define feed efficiency as how much units of input of any kind of a feed it takes to make a unit of output, which we measure as body weight or gain or performance.
Why is that important to measure?
Well, feed efficiency and the ability to improve it is critical as we start to exceed our ability to produce food for the world. We have no more land base or ability to increase production by increasing land, and we don't make any more land. So we've got to find ways to use the resources that we have more efficiently and more effectively if we're going to double food production in the next 50 years.
Tell our people that may be watching this, may be consumers, one of the big deals that we're always focused on in the agriculture industry is animal welfare. So talk about animal welfare practices there at the university.
Sure. Animal welfare, animal well-being for us is critical. And it's just simply put, that's our number one goal every day. And we have someone there at the farm all the time. And we check all our animals every day. Every day. And it doesn't matter whether it's 100 degrees or it's minus 20. And that's been our weather temperature range since July to last week at the research center. Animal welfare is simply put the absolutely most important thing that we do. We've been given dominion over those animals, and we utilize them. They make the ultimate sacrifice for us, and without a doubt, in the world that we live in, the least we can do is provide those animals the absolute best environment we can, and we do that. We do things. We feed them every day, and Christmas Day, me and my girls, we fed all the livestock on the farm. We let my kids open one Christmas present, then we go do chores, then we come back and have Christmas the rest of the day.
Wow. So this is a family affair. It's a student affair, bringing in the students as they help with the research. You know, we look at the next generation coming up, and you're dealing with them and teaching them. What are some of the challenges you think that they're going to face as far as the industry goes in the coming generation?
They have to double food production in their lifetime. That's the greatest challenge any generation will ever face. And right now, we don't know how they're going to do it, but things like we're doing with residual feed intake and efficiency work with the Grow Safe system, they will have to invent the technology, and they'll have to discover the new methods to improve efficiency to double food production in their lifetime. They're without a doubt facing the greatest challenge of any generation, but they are uniquely suited to deal with it. They're technologically advanced group of kids. They can type faster with their thumbs than I can with 10 fingers.
Well, then let me ask you a little bit about that. Most of the students have smartphones, right?
Absolutely.
Most of the students use apps, ag-related apps.
Yes, and you know, the other really neat thing about all of that and how it works for us is been involved with some projects in different places where we're actually starting to see some of those interactive apps that are going to have an agriculture-related application for them, and so we're really excited about some of those too.
So do you see them taking the information they're gathering from those multi the different platforms, the different apps, and starting to integrate that so that they help make decisions or better decisions?
Yeah, I think our student base at West Virginia University seems to be really in tune with how all those things come together. The ability to utilize those different technologies, and especially at the graduate student level. So the data we generate in the bull test, all of that data is electronically transferred to campus 2.5 hours away, and we can dial up and check in my feed system from anywhere in the world, and it's really neat. The bad part about doing stuff like that is when you got guys, we've got one guy that eats lunch where the grow safe feed system computer is, and when we log in remotely, we kind of scare him to death. He's sitting there eating his lunch, and the mouse moves across the screen and lights up. That's a little scary experience sometimes for a guy if he doesn't know what's going on.
We talk about the consumers a lot on Cattle Chat Corner. Do you think that consumers know about the breadth of technology that's being used right now in research? And if you could talk to them about research, what would you say specifically?
Well, I think that a lot of consumers get a lot of information. Unfortunately, a lot of the information consumers get is not accurate. It's not science-based. And sometimes because the science we deal with is kind of bland, it's not very fun. So in the days of instant information age, we really got to be sure that we check the facts that we get. But I think when you talk about consumers and what we do from a research standpoint, we're doing research that has application to help us be more productive, and that in turn helps society. But the one thing that's really important, I want everybody to understand, with our research program or any other research that Noble Foundation and that the university land grants are involved with, is that we have a charge to do research and education and outreach, and we take that charge very seriously. And I want everybody to know that the land and the ground that we farm over and that we raise cattle on, that's where the water is that my family lives on and drinks, and we live where we farm, and we take care of what we take care of because that's our family's future. And the absolutely best crop that we ever raise in rural America are our children. Our cattle and our corn are second, and there's no comparison ever. Kids first, cattle second.
Jerry Yates, thank you for stopping by Cattle Chat Corner.